You are listening to 101.75 FM, Payap Radio.
101.75 Payap Radio. That was Seventh Time Down and I Need Someone. And today it is a hot day. And today we have Ajahn Sam with us on this hot day. Good afternoon, Ajahn Sam. How are you?
I'm just fine there, John Mark.
I'm glad to have you here. So,
my pleasure.
A lot of people know Ajahn Sam, and some of them don't know Ajahn Sam. How long have you been at Payap?
I've been at Payap about 12 years now.
12 years, and in that time, what have you been doing so far?
So my official position is the Director for International Relations and Support, and that involves various, as I mentioned before, managing international grants and drafting proposals and managing miscellaneous international programs. But I have a master's in business from the University of Hawaii, actually, and so I do teach in a business program, one class per semester.
I also heard that you're involved in the U.S. Department of Education status that Payap has. We're an eligible institution.
Right. Well, actually, this is kind of unique. Mark and I did work on this a while back, and it took a lot of effort.
A lot of effort, actually.
Yeah, to get a lot of, documents sent back and forth. But we are one of only 2 universities in Thailand that is recognized by the United States Department of Education, which is fairly significant. The only other university is Chulalongkorn in Bangkok.
Yes, and one of the benefits, I believe, to this is students who have existing loans for education from the United States are able to defer those loans or not make payments on them while they study at Payap. And another benefit would be parents or students who are paying U.S. income tax. For example, if a parent were to send their child to Payap University, their student to study a bachelor's or master's degree, and they would be able to claim Payap or claim for their education purposes, for their tax purposes, to get a tax break as well. So
that's right. So we're basically officially recognized by the U.S. government. So not only the DOE, but the U.S. VA as well.
But we're not allowed to give out money for loans except through and this is what I've heard from Sally Mae has said, we are able to give U.S. citizens, or not us, but Sally Mae will give students studying at Payap University loans to study at Payap because we're recognized by the U.S. Department of Education.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're still trying to work out the kinks. We're not directly participating in the federal student loan program, but as Mark says, you can certainly go yourself if you're interested and obtain a student loan, and we do have an ID number that we can provide, which is what the DOE uses for their approved schools.
Right. So I did notice also that in the last couple of years, elevators have gone up all over Payap University for the people who are disabled, as well as the ramps to get people in as well. Is that finished?
Yes, this was completed last year. In the past, much of the campus was not. Even the buildings was not constructed in a way that was accessible to disabled people. It's only recently have we started to work towards getting these repairs done, these renovations. But it's expensive, so without the grant from USAID ASHA, it would have been very difficult for us to improve these buildings. And the elevators are obviously important for a 4-story building. Students, disabled students couldn't get up to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th floors to attend classes. So these elevators have helped us a great deal, as well as various other things, ramps, access and restrooms, rails, things of that nature. So, it's not, I would say that there's certainly more we can do, but I think that we have improved tremendously, and we hope that other universities in Thailand will take this as an example that we can get serious about having your campus accessible to everybody.
Right.
So to give these disabled students an opportunity to study.
I have seen in the library itself, I've seen one young lady, she is disabled. She uses the chair to get around, and it wasn't for the ramps and the elevators, she wouldn't be able to study. She wouldn't be able to go to the library. And I've seen here on the International College building, a student, Mike Bravenik, he is also disabled and unable to get around, and he actually waited for the elevators to go up before he actually joined the international college. And once the elevators were up and working and the ramps, he's able to take classes now alongside people who are fortunate enough to have their mobility 100%. And they have Mike as a classmate, and from my understanding, Mike's a great classmate.
That's right, and I think for other places that are thinking about having their campuses fixed and repaired so that they can give access to disabled people, it's not a cost-benefit analysis because it's more I guess a humanitarian gesture because you're giving equal access to people that need it most. So you can't think about spending money and hoping to get it paid back over a period of time because it doesn't work that way. So in our case, we knew that it wasn't a matter of trying to make more money, but it was just a matter of doing the right thing.
Right, and Mike certainly appreciates it. I've seen him in class, and so do his classmates. And speaking of Mike is a former military as well, and I've heard you had a hand in setting up in fact, you were directly responsible for setting up the VA program at Payap University. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Payap is one of the few universities in northern Thailand that is approved by the Department of Veteran Affairs, or VA.
From the United States. From
the United States of America, which allows former U.S. military personnel to use their benefits here at Payap. And it's one of the miscellaneous programs that I manage. I am the VA certifying official here. I've been here since 2005. And when I first got here, we were already VA approved, but only for about 4 programs. But now we have all of our international college programs as well as some on the Thai side. So we have 13 programs right now that are approved for vets to study at, which is significantly more than most universities here in Thailand.
How many students do you think have been able to benefit from this?
Oh, since I've been here, I'd say several hundred.
Wow.
We've had many students come and go. And that's the reason, is because we have so many variety of programs that students can choose, not only bachelor's, undergraduate programs, but graduate programs as well. I think we get a much more international perspective here in the IC. We get to understand business, but not only from a U.S. perspective, but from a very, international as well as regional perspective. So our students can better function here in this region.
I totally agree with you. I did study in the international college, and that was one of the benefits that I noticed. To my right would be a Chinese person, to my left an Indian person, British people behind me, Thai people, Burmese people, all in the classroom, and everybody had a perspective based on a lot of their culture and their life, and you had to a lot of times learn. At least I did. I had to learn how to be quiet and listen to these other people talk because their perspective was totally different than mine. And unique.
Yeah. That's right. That's a good point you make. In fact, this semester I had a class of over 30 students, and we had Thais who can speak English because the IC you have to have a high level of English proficiency. But we also had Burmese students, Korean, Japanese, English, Americans. I think there was a Turkish student, so it was quite a diverse group of kids that we had.
Diversity is one of our strengths. I remember I added it up and did a percentage once, and the Thai students studying the international programs at Payap, there's about 30% of them are Thai, and the rest come from different countries from around the world, so it's a very diverse environment to teach and a very diverse environment to study in. And the perspectives you get is not one from one country, it's one from globally from around the world, and that's what makes us quite unique. And everything's taught 100% in English.
That's right. I think typically there's about 30 countries represented in our IC, and then you might have 1 or 2 students. We even had students from Brazil before,
Africa,
some France, Africa, Cameroon, and of course from all over Asia. I think our biggest contingents are from America, China, Myanmar. But again, we have a sprinkling of
right. We're getting a Russian student where I'm at next semester. So in August. So I'm looking forward to that perspective. And while we're here talking to Ajahn Sam, while we were talking, Ajahn Gai walked in. Come on, move up here, Ajahn Gai. Hello, Ajahn Gai.
Hello.
How are you today?
Not too bad.
Payap University International College offers fully accredited international bachelor's and master's degree programs taught 100% in English. Internationally diverse, the student body is made up of students from 30 different countries and teachers from 20 different countries. The International College has a competitive international curriculum, similar to curriculums in Western countries, teaching programs like International Business Management, Information Technology, English Communication, MBA, TESOL, Linguistics, and much more. For more information, check out our website at ic.payap.ac.th.